Hi everyone. I have done two similar lessons in the past, so I hope you have watched those videos. Both those lessons had very easy questions. The first lesson, in fact, had the easiest questions to answer, and the second lesson had slightly harder questions. And today I have questions that are a little more tricky, in the sense that you will have to think a bit before you answer them. You won't be able to find the answer directly in the paragraph. I am giving you the same paragraph that I have read to you in the previous two lessons. The exact same paragraph, and I will read it to you. You will need to understand it as best as you can. Here in front of you, you can see the same paragraph. After you have understood the paragraph, then you can attempt the questions. I suggest you first answer them orally in your mind and then take a book and pen and write the answer down. Because when you write the answer down, you will be able to see it in front of you. You will be able to circle your mistakes and then correct them. And once you have corrected your mistakes, do try and learn from them so that you do not make the same mistakes again. Are you ready? So I will read it. Please pay attention, read it with me if you like, and try and understand it. Edmund had eaten his share of the dinner, but he hadn't really enjoyed it because he was thinking all the time about Turkish delight. And he had not enjoyed the conversation much either because he kept thinking that the others were taking no notice of him and trying to give him the cold shoulder. They weren't, but he imagined it. And then he had listened until Mr. Beaver told them about Aslan the lion, and until he had heard the whole arrangement for meeting Aslan at the stone table. It was then that he began very quietly to edge himself under the curtain which hung over the door. Just as Mr. Beaver was repeating the rhyme about Adam's flesh and Adam's bone, Edmund very quietly turned the door handle. And just before Mr. Beaver had started telling them that the White Witch wasn't really human at all, but half a jinn and half a giantess, Edmund got outside into the snow and cautiously closed the door behind him. Well, like I said in the previous two lessons that I did, similar ones, I cannot explain this paragraph to you because it is up to you to read and understand it. All right? Once you have understood it, let's proceed with the questions. So here's my first question for you. Why did Edmund feel that the others were ignoring him? You know that he felt they were ignoring him, and that's why he did not enjoy the conversation. But why did he feel that way? What made him feel that way? This will need a little extra thinking on your part. So if you think you know the answer, do write it down and then check your answer with mine. Why had Edmund not heard anything about the White Witch? Again, do think about it carefully. And if you're sure you know the answer, write it down. Then you can go through it with my answer and see if you have it right or you need to correct it or you've made other mistakes, maybe grammatical errors. Correct everything and learn from your mistakes. We are all human, we make mistakes, but it's important to learn from them. Okay, so here's the first answer. Edmund felt that the others were ignoring him because they were deep in conversation. He could not concentrate on the conversation because he was thinking about Turkish delight. Okay? And the second one, why had Edmund not heard anything about the White Witch? Edmund had not heard anything about the White Witch because he had slipped out of the room before Mr. Beaver began to tell everyone about her. Got it? Okay. I certainly hope that you found this lesson useful, and I hope you found the other two lessons useful, and I hope that you now know how to answer questions. And if you do, then I have achieved my target. So thank you very much. And we'll meet again very soon. Until then, bye.